back to AllForTaste. Today we are continuing with the road to St. Patrick's Day. Today is, what is today? March 6th, so it's the 6th episode of the road to St. Patrick's Day. Obviously you can tell I love St. Patrick's Day. I love drinking the Irish stuff, so it gives me an excuse to do that by drinking 17 straight Irish things. But anyway, today we have Murphy's Stout, which... see, this was established in, Murphy's was established in 1856, just about 100 years after Guinness. Guinness was 1759. The reason I mention Guinness is because Murphy's was, I mean, it's I won't say a competition to Guinness, but I don't think there really is competition. Guinness, Guinness wins that. But basically it's the same type of drink. It's a dry stout. Also has the widget inside. So you open it up, the widget lets out the nitrogen, and then you get a nice creamy head. They do that to simulate the tap, the same way it would be out of the tap. So now, normally I would drink this type of beer in my tulip glass. Of course it says Guinness. I don't think that would be right to put a Murphy's in a Guinness cup, or a Guinness glass. So I'm going to put this up. Let's put this away. And we'll just use a standard pint glass for this one. So, like I said, it's basically the same type of thing as Guinness. It's a stout. It's got the nitrogen in it. It's going to be nice and creamy. Excuse me. There's going to be the cascading effect of the nitrogen. So it's basically like the video I did yesterday with Guinness. But anyway, like I said, Murphy's was established 1856 in Cork, Island, which is a very southern part of Ireland. It is now owned by Heineken. So whatever. But at least it is brewed in Ireland. So let's go ahead and pop this thing open. We're going to pour it up in our pint glass and watch the surge and the cascading effect. And I don't even know, does it take the same amount of time as a Guinness does? 1 minute 59 seconds. Let's see. There's the opening there. Let's go ahead and pop this thing in there. All right, look at that, looking very nice. Right at the top. It's probably going to go over. Set that there a second, and let's watch and see if it does the same thing. Sure, it's got the same effect. Got the cascading. You can see the the nitrogen cascading there. You can see the bubbles. Yeah, nice cool cascading effect. Nice and black at the bottom already. The cream top there. We got about well, it's growing. About a quarter, about a half finger width right now. But it looks like it's pretty much done, and there is. Is there still some more black? Maybe a little bit. Of course, there's some. Since it was kind of cold, maybe colder than it should be. Got a little haze, condensation on the glass, so I can't tell it's completely black. But it's pretty much black, and if so. That definitely didn't take as long as Guinness. Of course, Guinness, 1 minute 59 seconds. Of course, I may you're pretty proud of that. Yeah, I don't. It's pretty good. It's pretty much done. So, also yesterday with the Guinness, I went ahead and I put a cap on it. See how thick the head is. Pretty thick. Look at it. Same thing. Same thickness there. All right. You said there's the widget in there. Alright, let's do this thing, shall we? Let's take a look. Let's see if it's reddish. It looks like Coca-Cola. No, it's really dark though. I mean, it's really black. You can barely see a slight hint of red down at the bottom. Nice, creamy. It's probably, like I said, it wasn't the right glass to do because with the tulip, it tends to, the head probably would be a little bit more, probably about another finger's worth or so. But a nice creamy head, black of course, and yeah. Let's go ahead and do this, shall we? Smell this thing? Get a little bit of the roasted malt, very little though. Really not a lot of smell in it. Maybe slight coffee-ish smell and maybe slightly caramel maybe. There ain't a whole heck of a bunch, not much smell out of it. Let's go ahead and put it on our lips and see what she tastes like. you do get the caramel taste, slightly caramel taste. That's probably from the malts, caramel malts. The roastedness, you do get the coffee-ish taste to it. Maybe even a little bit more so than Guinness. Yep, look at that. You can see all the nice lacing around the glass. You know, I don't think it's as bitter at the very end as Guinness is. Guinness has a slight little bitter, very, very slight little bitter taste at the very end. I'm not getting that from this. Real smooth. Yeah, I can drink a bunch of these. You know, though, that coffee taste is a little harsher, though, than the Guinness. You know, now I am getting a slight little weird taste at the end. Not necessarily like a hoppy or a bitter taste, but more like a kind of like a coffee taste. But hey, still pretty good. Of course, you know, if I had to compare the two, Guinness or Murphy's, you know, I'm partial Guinness. Got my Guinness hat on, got my Guinness back here. I'm all about Guinness, so I'd hate to have to choose. Well, I wouldn't. I'd say Guinness for sure, but this is pretty good. This compares. Now, when I'm in a pub in Ireland in July, sorry, I'm going to order a Guinness. Not a Murphy's, but anyway, there you go. So there you go for the road to St. Patrick's Day, day 6. Sláinte.